Figured I'd make a video showing you how to pretty much make the farmer's walk bars that I make and sell. This set is actually a dual handle set that was ordered about last week. I'm going to just walk you through what needs to be done. Pretty easy to make if you can weld. It's not hard to do. The materials are about $100 in materials. Materials are pretty pricey. I sell them on my site, www.madstrengthtools.weebly.com. I sell them for $191. That's shipped to your door. Like I said, the materials are $100, about $100 for the materials. And then shipping could be like 50, 60 bucks. So I don't really make any money off of these at all. It just takes a little bit of time and some prep work, and they're fairly easy to build. Here we go. Alright, before we get started, just wanted to show you a set that I already made. These I actually made probably 5 or 6 years ago. These were the very first that I ever made. I made them for myself just to try to figure out how to do it. Let me zoom in here. You see, I put these extensions on here because I noticed that with the plates loaded, there wasn't too much space in between the collars there. I have long legs. I'm 6'3", so my legs were hitting the plates. So I put them on there. Put the plates out further towards the end. Which obviously the new sets that I make, I don't do that. Here are the bars here. It's just it's 1.5 inch schedule 40 tubing here, 1 inch schedule 40 tubing. The main base is 1.5 inch schedule 40. The collars are 2 inch schedule 80. That's important. It's got to be schedule 80 for it to fit. These were originally about 5 inches long, which they work pretty well being that length. The only issue is with shipping. I had to make them down to about 4 inches, anywhere from 4 to 4.5 inches, because the box that I use, it wouldn't fit in the box with this size. And just to hold them on, it's pretty simple. Just get these clamps. They're 99 cents at Home Depot. These little clamps, they work perfect. Or you can go and you can buy collars or whatever. Spring collars will not work on this. Okay, here we go. My little welding table here. Okay, here's one handle. I make these 8 inches long for both the long and the short handle. These right here are the inner collars. I actually cut these wrong. I'm gonna have to cut some more of these. I'm not going to weld these on today for the video, but this is basically what they are. They're schedule 80, 2 inch. The length of these is not really important. Just have to have enough on there to be able to weld. I mean, it could be 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 2 inch, whatever length you want to make them. Actually, you'll need 4 of those. 4 of these. Here are the connect the handles to the bars. Okay, this is a dual handle set, so you'll need 4 per bar, 8 bars total, or 8 of these total. These are 1/4 inch thick, 1.5 inches wide. These are probably like 4 1/4. I think they are. I made them a little longer. About 4 1/8. Like I said, anywhere from 4 to 5 inches, 6 inches. It doesn't really matter, as long as you can pick the weight up off of the ground. And the bars, the main bars here. 2 of these obviously you need. I make them 48 inches long. that you can make as long as you want. You can make them. I have made them 5 feet. The reason I make them 48 inches is really, that's, in my opinion, that's really all you need, and they hold up well. And for shipping, for me to ship them, to go to a 5 foot, it's a lot more for shipping. And like I said, I only make, I don't know, 30-40 bucks making these, and you know, try to cut costs as much as possible. This is just simple. If you're going to make a few of these, just get yourself one of these, make yourself one of these. It's real simple. It's just same material thickness as this. I like to make my the section where you can load the plates 9 inches. So this is 9 inches, and I just cap the end off with a piece of scrap. Basically, okay, here's the jig. Basically, you slide your bar in there. You have your collar in there first. Slide it all the way to the end, and you just move this up. Throw a tack on there, a couple spots, and when you pull it off, it's already set for you. That's if you're gonna be making these, making a couple of them. You don't need to do that. You can use a tape measure. You know, about 9 inches, 9 1/4. Just make sure on both sides you have the same distance. If it's 9 inches on this side, it's got to be 9 inches on that side, and measure from this end to this end where the plate's actually going to sit. I like to just throw a weld on this side rather than this side. I used to put the welds on both sides, but it's really not necessary. And plus, the plates don't sit on there very evenly because you got the weld in the way. Okay, this is basically some spacers that I cut just to help me build the handles. It's nothing crazy here. It's just a couple pieces of scrap. I think it's 3/8. I think that's 3/8, and these are 1/4 inch. Just a 1.5 inch pipe. And you clamp everything down. It's just an easy way to get the you know, the pieces to be in the center of the bar. You want the center of the bar for, you know, for balance and for strength on the weld joint. You don't want it like to twist, the weight to twist on the weld. So it's just pulling vertically. And basically just use the same thing for the smaller ones too. But you just take the one away. And you got this. It's hard to video one hand and show you all this, but basically that's about right in the middle. Sometimes you shim it up. If you don't have the right sizes or whatever, you just shim it up with whatever you got. Piece of wood, piece of scrap metal, whatever works. Got the crowbar in the background. Gotta have your metal music when you're working with metal. Just get yourself a square. Speed square will do, whatever. I like to make sure it's butted up against here. Just butt it up against there, nice and square. Check square here, make sure it's all square. Square up against that. Okay, and same thing on the other side here. I'm going to throw a couple tacks in here, and they'll basically be ready to go to the next step. I tacked it up. I like to tack it up pretty much just on the ends there for now. Just a small tack to get it set. You do the final welding when it's pretty much on the main bars. If you make a mistake, it's actually easier to break it off and then grind your old weld down rather than putting them in the middle, like here, a couple tacks there. I used to do that, but you know, sometimes things don't go as planned, and you have to make little adjustments. It's actually easier to break them off and clean them up when you do it this way. All tacked together now, and on to attaching them to the main body. Usually the collars are the last. These are usually the last thing I do. Getting these centered up, it's a lot easier to do these first than it is to do those. If you put them on there first, then it changes the distance between this and the table. So trying to get it in the center of the pipe on that plane is a lot harder. My spacer in place. When you're doing dual handlebars, do the fat one first. I will show that to you later on. I will show you why. As you can see, the pipe is on the table, and this pipe is on the table. This is on the spacer. I'm going to clamp it here and then center it. To center it, basically you do the same thing as you would for the collars. Okay. Now, take a tape measure. I have to adjust it, but normally it's about at 20, like right around 20. And then you take it, do it to the other side, and you adjust that to 20. So the handles actually have to go to the right on this. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to tack them into place. Got it clamped down, and I have it centered. See, like I said, about 20 inches. Another 20 inches here. It's not super duper critical. It doesn't have to be to the 32nd or anything. Just get it even on both sides. That'll just help you with the balance. Doesn't have to be machinist accurate, but as accurate as you can possibly get it. I'm going to throw tacks in these, and then onto putting the smaller handles on. Rotate it 90 degrees and put the smaller handles on. Okay, I got them tacked in. Same thing, tack them in on the ends. It just makes it easier if you make a mistake. Just makes it a lot easier. Like I said, sometimes things just don't go as planned, and you might be off square a little bit, and you notice it later. And if you got too many tacks in there, it's a pain in the ass. You got to cut them out and grind them down and start all over again. It's a pain in the butt. So if you do it this way, you could basically just bend them off. I'll rotate this straight up and get ready to do the other bars. You don't actually have to do it the way that I do it. I do it with the bars this way, and then the smaller handle this way. I do this really only for packaging reasons. It fits in the box better, and this is just the way I do it. I have done them in the past for people that pick them up. I have done them like this, and it works well either way. You can do it either way, whatever way you want. You can do it this way or that way. But I do it the way I do it for packaging reasons. And this is the reason why you want it to have done the fat bar first. Fat bar and the main bar are the same size. So now that when you take a speed square and you line it up, and you have them butted together there, and you know that's straight 90 degrees. Now you can just take your spacer for the smaller one, you know, hang it off the edge here, so it's just on there. And you just have it up. You line it up, tape measure, same way as you did the first one, you tack it in, and you're basically done. All's left to do at that point is Foley weld everything. You know, obviously check everything 10 times before you Foley weld it, and then and that's it. I'll be back. Go any further. When you do the spacer for this one, you have to be in the center of this pipe. So you're going to be using the same spacer setup as you did for making the fat handles and putting the fat handles on to the main bar. That way it sits at the same, right in the middle of the main bar. Alright, it's all tied together. There you have it. Never mind my messy ass garage. That's basically it. Just got to put the collars on, fully welded up, and repeat the process on the other bar, and then paint it up, send it out. That's pretty much it. Not going to bore you with doing the other bar, but that's pretty much it. Any questions, you can email me at madleon77@gmail.com. I'll try to put a link down in the description, as well as my website is also www.madstrengthtools.weebly.com. You can order one of these if you don't feel like making it yourself. They're not that hard to make, but it is time consuming, and you know, you're basically paying me $20–$30 to put them together for you. It's so if you have the skills, they're very easy to make. Anyway, I'll throw up some pictures, and good luck.